Okay, it's Monday. As you saw, I was doing some cleaning, some order packing, and I was doing some file prep. That was for mouse pads, and I also ordered some packing tape because I have one spare roll left. I was hoping to wait until I order Halloween packing tape, but I'm just scared I'm not going to have enough. And I haven't made the Halloween designs yet, other than like some flat color for the sketchbook cover. So I was like, whatever, let's order the tulip packing tape now, and then I can order the Halloween stuff later. But yeah, I did decide to proceed with the mouse pads. I'm ordering 7 different designs, but I'm only getting 100 of each because I'm not sure how popular they'll be. Although for the Luna Moth, I'm getting 250. I just feel like they won't be that crazy popular of an item because how many mouse pads does one person need? So I don't want to order too many. I was gonna maybe make one for the artwork, the meeting, the one with the 3 cats in the forest, but I need such a big bleed that too much of it gets cut off because first of all the drawing isn't tall enough to fill the space of a mouse pad, so you gotta cut the sides off, and then there's a 12mm bleed is what it needs, so it cuts off almost the entire leaf border, which is the whole point of the illustration, was like a fun leaf border, so I'm not doing that one. But I'm bringing back Bakery as a mouse pad. I think that's the only one that's older. The rest of the artwork is from within this past year, or what feels like it's been a year. And they're all gonna be rectangular mouse pads because that's what fits best with the artwork. So some are more vertical, some are horizontal, depending on the art piece. I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing for the rest of today, because what I was doing was going through my shop update checklist. The only other thing I'm potentially ordering is stickers, but at this point I don't really have anything I want to turn into a sticker unless I turn the mousy sketches into a sticker sheet. But at the same time, I'd rather wait, because what if I do end up drawing something I would like to turn into a sticker, and the stickers have such quick turnaround that I can afford to wait. Now what I want to try doing next is playing around with these Munbin labels. I ordered some. They're like a 1.25 inch by 2.25 inch. I have some pink ones and some white ones, and I can use my thermal Munbin printer to print onto these. And I thought these would be good apparel labels. So right now for the sweatshirts, I have a care instruction sheet that gets inserted into the plastic sleeve of the sweatshirts. And I thought we could do this as a sticker instead. So I got pink ones to go on the ducky shirts because it'll contrast nicely. But the other shirts are an orangey color, and I feel like this is too similar, so that's what I got the white ones for. I was gonna possibly get blue, but the blue ones had like a 2-month shipping time for some reason, so I just got white. So first I gotta figure out how to set up the file, and then I can quickly make it. It's gonna be easy, just typing some text. Nothing fancy. Okay, here it is. Pretty basic. T-shirt blanks have the do not iron thing on the tag, so that's why I added that. And technically the thread is polyester, so you probably shouldn't iron it unless you're at like a really low setting. And even then I would put like a towel or a Teflon sheet or something in between, but I'm just saying do not iron. And machine wash cold is what you're supposed to do for these. I technically still do warm water. It's not gonna kill you to do warm water, but these are just like for best results. Follow these rules. It was nice and sunny earlier, now it's raining, which I guess I knew. That's why we're not doing the catio today. Tomorrow's my car appointment, Wednesday's the stream, so I guess we're making the catio on Thursday, which means it'll be in the next vlog, assuming it gets built. But yes, let's head over here to the printer. Do I have a crossbar for this? It's not on here, but it's gotta be somewhere, possibly down here. Oh yeah, I cleared this out, didn't I? It was a junk bin, but then where did I put the stuff that was in it? I mean, I could probably use a pen. It might slide sideways though. Okay, I found it. The junk bin that used to be under there just got moved, it turns out. So I do have that. Oops. Ripped off a label. Okay. There's not much slack on the printer cables. They do make wireless ones now. And they offered to send me one, but I was like, well, nothing wrong with the one I have currently. that was it, learning the label length. Now I'm pretty sure I can just do like file print and then set my paper type to be this size, and it should be good to go now. So I can't select this paper size just by hitting print. For paper size, I had to select from existing or hit user defined size. So I clicked that, but there's no option to put in a size. Oh my god. Okay. Let's, I guess, change the default size on Munbin. Okay, I got it to work by printing directly from Photoshop instead of using the photo viewing app on Windows. So I printed one. Let's try 10 in a row. What's interesting is the preview isn't correct unless I go print settings and then hit OK. Ooh! Okay, now let's try printing 50. I'm scared to commit to all of them at once. I mean, should I fan fold this? Or should I just coil it back up? Check this out.
Whoa! Nice. Feeling Nordale Island night.
I forgot.
I'm not sure, but it's either tonight's the finale or the second last episode, because we're right down to the nitty-gritty.
Snap. They kind of tease it like it was going to be a finale, but there's still like 4 or 5 people left.
But with them saying like no other chance, I can see it being like a 90-minute finale kind of thing.
Yeah. And they're going to reveal who the banker is. I think we all know who it is.
Howie.
It's got to be Howie.
It's gotta be Howie.
Okay, I'm going to get crazy and print 200 at once. Okay, I'm going to keep doing some more, but maybe not the whole roll in case I want to use some of these labels for something else. Print something else on them, who knows? Now some pink ones. It's making a weird noise and I don't know why. It's not the holder. It's happening in the machine. So, Ducky's shirt. We can flip it over, put the sticker on the back. I need another hand. Maybe just like in the middle below the seam. Below the flap. Yeah. Yeah. Cute. Some DTF transfers were just delivered today. So I figured, why not cut them up? Why not? I still have some from my last order. The thing is, a lot of these are the large black strawberry totes, which I don't need more of at the moment. I mean, I'll need some of them. I'll need some of them for the restock, but I didn't order more of them because I feel like I have enough. And then there's the small strawberries, which is for those green totes, but those green totes ended up having so many flaws that I didn't end up pressing them all. So these are just extra. So I don't know what to do with these at this point. Like, is there a different project I could use them for? Yeah, I'm unsure. I could also just cut them up and sell them to you guys to press onto whatever you want. That one's also big straw, and then names for the t-shirts. So that's all that's left from before. And then this new order is big Luna Moth for the black totes, and then the small strawberry for the red totes. So those green totes, I'm not restocking them. The blanks aren't the same as the red ones, and I just don't like them as much, and they're a pain in the booty because they got so many loose threads and just high flaw rate, whatever. The red totes are nicer, so I'm proceeding with those only. I'm kind of scared to press all of these because what if they don't sell, right? Like, if I have blank bags, I could save them for a different future design. But I don't want to get stuck in a position like the last shop update where I need to press more totes while I'm actively trying to pack orders. Because then Christian was stuck on tote making while I was packing orders alone, and therefore it took a really long time to get all the orders packed. So I might have to press them all and then just hope they sell. My Copic case is up here, so I don't have as much space as usual. I mean, the extra Luna Moth could go on t-shirts, the small ones. But then I gotta decide what size to do. Like, it'd be very limited because it says I have 2 sheets worth. So that would be 34 Luna moths. So if I put it on something like a shirt where there's multiple sizes, that could be a problem. So maybe I could just sell the extra transfers as transfers. And tomorrow I have a car appointment, but I should be able to come back during the appointment. They said they would give me a free Uber ride back home because I'm going to the Volkswagen dealership just so I can get everything done at once. So I'm getting my winter tires off, which might be a little early. There was just snow last week, but I think we're in the clear now. So getting my tires switched over, and they're off rim, so it takes a little longer. I'm also getting my windshield replaced because it's got a big crack across it, and I'm getting my wiper blades replaced because they're in bad condition. So that could end up taking a while, although my appointment is at 7:30, so that's probably their earliest appointment, or close to their earliest appointment, so I won't get stuck behind a bunch of other people, because sometimes you're in at a certain time, but they're running way behind, and you can end up waiting for a very long time. So I should be able to get back. I mean, even if they suddenly were like, actually, we can't give you an Uber, I probably would just pay for one myself to come home. Okay, I've cut all the rolls except the name roll. I think I'm going to leave this one rolled up for now because I have so many other name sheets. I'm going to cut up the ones that are not part of this roll, though. So we have these. I guess technically these. Just add them to this pile. These are the ones that came off what I just cut. And then I have more that have been sitting over by the staircase for a while. They're all just draped right here. So I probably am just going to spend the rest of the day cutting these up. And then I'm basically caught up on cutting the DTF transfers. I suspect I won't have to dig into this roll for quite a while. I'll need about 500 of these for the t-shirt, but I've already got all of these cut. So that combined with all the pieces I just showed you that are not in this roll, I'm sure I'll be set. I went to grab another pink container and all these are inside of it, so there are even more. They're everywhere! So I probably did not need to order this one. Okay, all the strays are cut. This is the staircase stack. Look how thick it is. Oh my goodness. I got them all done. The lids don't stay on all of them because they're really full, but all of them are chopped up. And Kiki, what are you doing up there, Missy? Why, baby, why? Okay, it's Tuesday morning. I've dropped off my car. The weather out there is nasty. It's not so bad in our neighborhood, but as soon as I get onto the highway, nasty. It's raining so hard and there are massive wind gusts. So my appointment at the dealership was for 7:30. I got there at 7:15 and the office door was closed and lights were off. So instead of waiting outside, I ran back into my car because I was just getting pelted. And then they had a shuttle service bring me back. They just had to drop off somebody else first because there was like multiple of us in the vehicle. But I'm back now. I want to do some art today and I might do it fully digitally. I'm kind of in the mood to do some digital art. At the very least, I'm going to do the sketch digitally, but I might also color it digitally. So when I did the mousy sketches last week, I was saying how I would love to do a full illustration, a full scene with a mousy character, possibly multiple mousy characters. And as a group, we were coming up with ideas of what that scene could be. So some of the viewer suggestions were sewing, plants/flowers, cooking/baking, swinging, shopping, picnic, reading under a tree. And we were trying to think of a name for the Mousie, specifically the one I was drawing last week. And so I really liked the suggestions Lissy, Rosie, and Charlotte. But I'm open to more names, so if you have any names for the Mousie, let me know. And I was trying to avoid M names, but I'm not completely opposed to them. I don't want it to sound like Minnie Mouse or Maisie Mouse or something like that, so I'm trying to go a little different. But give me your suggestions. So I gotta figure out what I'm doing. My brain all day has been picturing a little sewing machine in front of the Mousie, a little antique sewing machine. So I'm like, am I going with the sewing one? Because I feel like it'd be fun to draw a really cluttered room. She could be surrounded by different fabrics, maybe like a little quilted blanket or something, and a bunch of accessories. It could just be a fun little cluttered sewing room illustration. That's a big reason why I want to do it digitally, is because there's going to be a lot of detail. At least that's why the sketch would need to be digital. The coloring, whatever, it could go either way, but I'm leaning towards digital for today. So I think I'm going to sketch it out on my iPad in Procreate. And then when it's time to do the color, I'm going to bring it over to Photoshop on my computer. I just love sketching in Procreate. It's still not so bad in Photoshop, like it's fine. But there's just something nice about the sketching process. But as soon as I have to manipulate anything, I get angry with the software. Or like color and like everything's just so much easier on a computer with a keyboard and keyboard shortcuts. Plus the full functionality of Photoshop. Procreate's still really good though. Procreate's amazing, but I'm a Photoshop girly at heart. Oh, and some of these suggestions, by the way, I could do with bunny characters going forward. I like all these ideas. I should probably transfer this list into my phone because I know I'm gonna lose this. Well, I might be heading back to the dealership sooner than I thought. I just got a call. They forgot to order in my windshield. So they can't replace the windshield today, which was like the main thing that was gonna take all day. So I'm going back next week. So a little annoying, but at the same time, it's not like I have a lot going on right now. So, and like I'm self-employed, work from home. I can really accommodate anything. They could have gotten me in for Thursday, but I declined that since that's our catio building day. I can't push the catio back any further. I gotta finish this one of these days. It's a little kitty snow globe. I did a rough sketch and then never touched it again. That'd be so cute as a hollow sticker. Like the sparkles and the cats are the hollow little dots. Okay, I think I'm gonna set my document size to 10 by 14 because that's equivalent to a 5 by 7. I usually make all my art 8 by 10, but then all my prints are 5 by 7s. It just doesn't make sense. But then what if I do want to do an 8 by 10 for this print? No, we'll leave the big prints to imprint. I probably have to update imprint with some new stuff. Anyway. 10 by 14. I think 11 by 14 is one of the standard sizes. And then 16 by 20, I don't know. They don't make sense. Like, who decided this was a good system? You know what's a good system? The A system. Because the ratio of the dimensions stays the same as you move up and down sizes. And look at me coming up with a title right away. I'm going to call it Squeaky Seamstress. It's subject to change, but that's what I'm going to go with for now. I like my alliterations. Okay, I've already given up on the iPad. I was working on like the first thumbnail, erased a couple times and was like, you know what? I want to just kind of slap some stuff in there as a mock-up just so I know what's even all in the scene. So I'm moving over to my computer. Okay, I've got a grid that I made with this website, perspectivetools.com. And then look what I found here. Whoa. I need more of a top-down view, but this is kind of useful. Okay, I don't think I want her directly using the sewing machine because I don't want her behind it. I want the Mousie a little more visible. Like maybe it's over here. And we've got like a big counter space and she's doing something else. Pinning, cutting, fussing with the fabric. I don't know. Okay, I've got a rough tracing of the sewing machine, but I'm going to cartoonify it later. This is just kind of quickly for placement. And since I don't want her behind the sewing machine, she's going to be cutting fabric squares here. And then there's going to be a quilt maybe coming off the machine like she's in the middle of working on it, but is cutting additional squares for it. I don't know. I just thought that would be cute. I just really want a quilt somewhere in there because you can get so many cute patterns and things. But my car is ready already. So shuttle's on its way to come and get me. And I'm back again. The rain has lessened up, but the wind is worse now. Going north-south, it's pretty bad, but going east-west is where it really gets you. I don't know if I've ever driven in wind that strong. And of course, today was also garbage pickup, so people's bins are flying everywhere, including ours, so I managed to get it back inside. But my new windshield wipers, they're dead silent. I thought windshield wipers always made some kind of like whoop, whoop, whoop sound as they went. But these are dead silent. And then the rear windshield wiper came on, and it's like, and I was like, oh my God, I should have gotten that one replaced too. I didn't even think of it. So when I go in next week, I'm going to see if they can do that for me. But yeah, winter tires are off. Windshield wiper blades are replaced. And that's it. I'm cooking up some ramen. I got the Maggi noodles. Masala flavor, so good. And I'm going to crack a couple eggs in there. One of my eggs did not stay intact. Although it might still have a little something inside. No, that basically cooked it through because it opened up. Sad. Oh, look at that one. Kiki just lunged full force at the window when a bird came to the feeder. She like ricocheted off the window. Kiki, you're vicious. We definitely need a little piece of privacy film. Although it's going to be like a stupid little tinted square of window. I don't want to tint the whole window, so I'm not doing that. Because I looked into those reflective films and they are all tinted. Oh, yeah, Midna's attention. I started drawing the table, then I was like, what am I doing? I need to figure out the composition before I start actually sketching stuff in. So I'm going to take screenshots of stuff like this and just kind of plaster it in place as a rough mock-up. Okay, major update on the mock-up. I think this is as far as I'm going to take it. It does need more stuff. It needs more clutter, small items, but that doesn't really need to be in the mock-up. It's really just a rough guideline because even like how the shelves are set up, I'm not going to do it exactly like that. I'm going to cartoonify things and make things a little messier. Like, look how these are all perfectly straight up. We need some leaning over, and the angle of this drawer is weird, but I am going to have open drawers with stuff sitting in them. Just supplies everywhere. Messy, cluttered. We've got a lot of plants in there too. Woohoo. So I guess the next step is lower the opacity and sketch over everything in a stylized, cartoony, and messy way. Am I finally going to catch a bird interaction on camera? I see a bird approaching. Will Kiki see the bird? I don't think she can see him from her angle. Oh, he's moving outwards more. Oh, Kiki. Apparently the birds I filmed fighting in the last vlog were actually doing a mating dance. So, that intense music may be a little too intense, but... Come on, Kiki, I need the content! It's Wednesday morning, by the way, and I am just creating the thumbnail for the live stream, getting all the settings done. Yeah. So these clips are from the live stream from Wednesday, and you'll notice there's no face cam overlay and there are no alerts popping up because I have a clean recording from a second instance of OBS. So I have regular OBS running and then I had Streamlabs OBS running. So I'm live streaming off of one and then recording off the other. And my computer somehow handled it while also working in my 600 DPI Photoshop file. And I've considered doing this in the past, especially for art clips. But if I'm using a 2-camera setup where I'm alternating between the top-down camera and the side view camera, if I switch with my buttons, it's only going to be switching for one of the OBSs. And so it only really works if I have a single camera setup, or in this case, a single screen recording. I cut out a lot of the footage because it's me trying to make a bunch of straight lines, straight-ish. Okay, I don't want these lines to be perfect, but it's just me tracing over this perspective grid. It's kind of dizzying to look at. And so I just put some of the footage in, like me drawing these shelves here, which, by the way, these shelf dividers are purposely crooked. Like, imagine the mousy trying to add extra dividers for her stuff, and they're just not straight. And I tried to make some of the bigger shelves crooked, but it just looks like I don't know perspective. So it's kind of hard to make them crooked without it just looking bad. So I figured, whatever, who cares if the shelf lines are mostly straight, because they're going to get filled with clutter anyway, and all the stuff on the shelf can be kind of off kilter, like some things tipping over, maybe some things on their side, leaning, whatever. And also, I'm not doing perfectly straight lines, like I'm freehanding these. I'm not just holding shift to draw a straight line. I'm freehanding them so that it looks better and more organic. And then here I'm sketching my old bedroom that I had for 2 or 3 years back in the day. There were some built-in cupboards and shelves, like kind of like a kitchen almost, and even the desk was built in, and it was in the basement, and that was my bedroom. It was at the previous owner's craft room, and I just thought I'd leave this in. That house was really haunted though. It was very scary. Okay, back to this. I got real excited to draw something organically shaped. So I skipped over the part of me drawing some of the drawers and then the window straight lines. I'm like, yes. Okay, the curtains, finally, something with curved lines. Heck yes. So I did that first. Then I moved on to some of the plants because those also have some organic shapes. And so for the first plant, I kind of just straight up traced over a few of the leaves, a few of the foreground leaves, because I thought they just looked so good. So yeah, sue me, I traced. And then the rest I kind of just made up because I didn't want it to look like the photo and wanted to draw most of them myself. But that's kind of how I was using the mock-up here. It was like a rough guideline and just drawing over it. It's like having your reference right there in front of you. And the pencil, the brush I'm using, it's kind of a chalky looking one. When it's zoomed in, it looks like pencil texture. And what's tough with this one is it's kind of low opacity. So if you go over an area twice, it's too dark. So I was trying my best to do everything in a single line, which is good because I guess there was less second guessing. I'm guessing right now. And so I had to be more confident with my lines and just go for it. That did mean undoing a lot, but yeah. And so this plant, for example, it's quite a bit different, like different pot shape. The leaf shapes are similar because I wanted that style of plant, but it doesn't follow the reference at all. I drew the leaves my own way. And then for the mousy, I'm like, okay, I'm just straight up tracing over this mousy. But I didn't draw her specifically for this scene. I was just drawing the mousy in various poses. And so this didn't quite work. So the face was perfect. That's why I wanted to trace over the face too, because I was like, she's perfect. I don't want to have to redraw that and get it wrong. So traced over that. But then the body, it was just not working out right. And it was just awkward with the pose. And I couldn't really figure out why. Like I knew the scissor arm / shoulder was weird, especially with how it kind of felt like it was digging into her chest. Like the pose was just awkward. I'm like, okay. In the original, she's sitting on a little spool of thread, like it's a stool. And in this, I'm imagining her standing, even though I do imagine her having some kind of stool behind the counter that we don't see. But anyway, I struggled with it and I cut out a lot of the struggle because it was bad. I was struggling. But what I ended up doing was just erasing everything I had. I hid the original reference and just drew her body from scratch because I also acted it out in like myself. I stood up in front of my table with my scissors, and when I reached forward with my scissor arm, I noticed my whole torso was twisting outwards. And so I needed to make her torso face the camera more because she was too much of a 3/4 view. It needed to be somewhere between that and a straight on view. And that was the missing piece of the puzzle. Everything was just clicking into place once I redrew it from scratch. So that's an example of not, sometimes it's bad to rely on your mock-up too much because like the mock-up is just a mock-up. It's not going to look anything like it. Like my shelves I drew look nothing like the shelves that are back there, but it was just kind of to get the layout of the room and get a rough idea of what kinds of items could be on the shelves. But you don't want to rely on it too much. And this is the progress I made on stream, so I have a lot left to do. And it's taking me a lot longer than I thought it would, but I think it's going to turn out really great in the end. Let's zoom out a bit. It's now Thursday. I kind of thought I was done filming the last vlog. I just moved right into the next one, but never finished this one off. Today I've been editing the vlog, but also we built the catio. So that's going to be the next vlog. There will be a Monday vlog. That'll be the catio building vlog and whatever else I get up to this weekend. But yes, I just want to touch on the artwork because I feel like I was kind of rushed at the end trying to cram in more things I wanted to say. I was saying how it was taking me a long time, but the result was turning out really nicely. And that's pretty good because I did not think I was going to be doing the line art on stream. I thought I'd be done the line art and that I would be doing the coloring on stream, but I never even got started on the line art until the stream started because I spent so long on the mock-up, but I think it's so paying off. Part of me wonders if it is still too inorganic, like too many rigid shapes, because even though I'm freehanding all the straight lines, they're still straight lines. But also, whatever, I can do other mouse illustrations that are more naturey with more organic shapes. Like this still works, and it's just so satisfying seeing it come together. And I think all the extra time I'm putting into it is really paying off. And it could be one of my better illustrations in the end. I'm hoping. I'm feeling that way already anyway. Because sometimes I find the planning stage just annoying. I just want to get started. I want to draw, but then I'm always stuck or it doesn't turn out or I don't really know where it's heading. So planning out helps so much, and it makes it an easier process after the planning is done and makes a better product in the end. I guess tune into the next vlog to likely see more progress. I probably will be working on it more either tomorrow or the next day, so I'm sure there'll be some footage of that after the catio stuff. And that might be it for updates. It hasn't been the most eventful week, but it's also kind of that chill time where I've ordered stuff for the shop update. We're just waiting for it to come in. But I do need to start on some Halloween design stuff and get some embroidery designs digitized so that they can be started on after the Ducky and Bunny shirts are done. And I do need to press totes, because if Christian's embroidering all this month, he can't be pressing totes while he's also running the embroidery machines. So I think it's going to be on me to press a lot of the totes this month. So I gotta sneak in the occasional day here and there to do that, but I'm feeling good about it. Even though the summer update's not gonna be a very big update, I'm feeling good about it. And I think that's all I had to say. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on Monday for the next vlog. The Melco Fast Clamp, which is like tongs that hold the koozie in place, and it just barely fit over there. I could bring the tongs in a little bit more because I had them set to the 4 centimeter mark. I could go to the 3 centimeter mark, but your stitching area would be so small because I was already pretty limited to where I could stitch. Like I can't stitch on the full front of the koozie. There's just like a 1 point.